All right, so first we're gonna start with stretching out the lower part of the body, legs, lower back, glutes, stomach. Slightly bend the knees, feet shoulder width apart or a little bit further apart, and go back and forth. Bring that belly button in and hold, and you're gonna continuously go back and forth for about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how much strain he has on his lower back, if he has any. Keep on going, and that's gonna build up some torque, and that's gonna relieve a lot of tension. All right, then we're gonna stretch out the lower part of the body, the back of the legs, the posterior chain of the body, the hamstrings, the calves. What you want to try to do is get your palms flat on the floor without bending your legs as best you can. Nice and slow, take your time, come back up, and each time you try to go deeper and deeper into the stretch until your hands are actually on the floor. This won't be easy to get right away, it's okay. Take your time, it may take a month, it's up to you, that's okay, just keep on working at it. Next, we want to stretch out and get all those little kinks and little gizmos out of the body. Okay, we're going to do a nice little pull on a Smith machine or a bar, which I'm sure you can find somewhere in the gym. Okay, and your feet are going to be somewhat close to the bar and kind of be making this 45-degree angle that she's making here. And you're going to feel a nice pull and stretch all the way from the back of the shoulders all the way down to the ankles. Keep on doing that over and over again, nice and slow. Come into it, pull, feel that nice release on the lower back and the hamstrings. Do it for about 10-second pull, about 10 second, 10 second, 10 second, and then come right back up. All right, now we're going to continue warming up those tissues in the body. You want to get into this position here. No, you're going to stay in that position, okay? Stay in that position, okay? You're going to sit on your heels, okay? With your heels actually want to be up. And your feet kind of flat on the floor, okay? And that's going to stretch out your shins, your calves, top of your feet, which you really do need. A lot of people don't stretch that out in the back. You want to try to get that head in between the shoulder blades for that nice stretch. Stay in here for about a minute. Next. All right, next we're going to get into this T position, or crucifixion position. And one leg is going to come up, cross over the other leg, bend your knee towards your chest, and then go into a bow and arrow. So nice and slow, one hand stacked on top of the other, and we're going to pull as if we have a bow and arrow. You're going to follow that hand with your head, with your eyes, okay? And then come back the exact same way you came. Good. And again, follow that hand with your head. It doesn't matter that your head follows your hand because you want your head to twist. That's going to untwist a lot of that torque that you have in the lower back if you have any, continuing to warm up the tissue. Same thing as everything you do in the gym, everything you do has got to be symmetrical. So of course you're going to go on the other side, do the exact same thing. And real quick, just to show you the mechanics, you want to make sure this leg is nice and straight. You want to make sure this leg is as crossed over as possible, almost to where the knee is actually touching the floor. That's when you're going to get the most unhinged of that torque in the lower back. And go into that bow and arrow position. Next.
Okay.
All right, next we're going to do a crawl out. Again, we're still warming up that tissue, but it's also an exercise as well. So we have a stretch / exercise. So we're going to come down onto our fingertips. We want to try to keep your legs as straight as possible. And we're going to crawl out nice and slow until we can go into a good morning. No, you want to try to keep those arms and hands nice and close to your chest. And then come back. Try to keep those legs straight. Stand up, nice and strong, good. Go right back into it again. I'm going to try to keep those legs as straight as possible. Right there. You want to stay there for about 20-30 seconds because it really matters. That's a very important stretch. Come right back into it again. Keep those legs nice and straight the whole time, onto your fingertips. Stand up, good. You want to keep that belly button in as much as possible. Try to keep as less stress on the lower back as you possibly can at all times. You want to keep that belly button in because it relieves a lot of that stress. Okay, we're going to do that for about 10 times. Next. All right, now we're going to do something that's very important for the upper part of the body. Still a warm up / stretch / workout. It's called an I, Y, T, and W. Okay, this is going to really strengthen that upper part of the back and the muscles and the scapular muscles. Get it, baby. You're Superman position, just your arms. Nice and straight, nice and high, nice and in control. You're coming up. You want to wait for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back down, nice and in control. We're not slapping our arms down, nice and in control. We're coming back up. Good. And to do that really efficiently, again, bring that belly button in nice and strong. It actually really does help with you bringing that arm up and not having your legs flop in the back and having your body all over the place and being all out of control. Bring that belly button in, hold. It actually strengthens that area of the body and allows you to focus on what you need to focus on, which is squeezing those scapular muscles together. Good. Now go into a Y. Same thing. Good. Okay, now go into a T. Very good. All while holding in that belly button, keeping your body nice and stable. Good. Go into the W. Elbows down. Right there. You want to again try and touch those scapular muscles together. Think about it like you want to hold a pencil case, like you want to hold a pencil between your spine. Good. And we're doing those 10 times each. It should take you a little bit of time because it's going to be time. We're not flapping our arms back and forth. We're taking our time. We're coming up, 1, 2, 3, back down, nice and in control. Coming back up, 1, 2, 3, or to 5, depending on how you count. Nice and slow back down. All right. Next. Okay, now we're going to do something called a Superman. Okay, now it's something similar to the I, Y, T, and W, except for that we're actually raising the legs and the arms at the exact same time. A lot of that stress is going to be in the lower back, / glute area. So what you want to do is what I've been saying from day one, what I always say to tell everybody. I always tell everybody, bring that belly button in and hold it. That gives you a base foundation of stability, and that allows you to take a lot of that stress off the lower back and put it right into the glute, which is exactly what we need in this position. That's exactly what we're looking for, to get that glute nice and strengthened, while also strengthening the lower back and the global abdominis, which is what we're looking for here. So right there, nice and in control. 1, 2, 3, we come down nice and slow. Nice and in control. Back up again, nice and slow, nice and in control. 1, 2, 3, nice and slow down. Everything always in slow, steady, stabilized movements. Next. All right, now we're going to do a float bridge. Again, working on that posterior part of the body, the glutes, the hamstrings, lower back a little bit, really strengthening that area, which we all need. A lot of people really look over that, but we really need that a lot. So we're going to come with a floor bridge. Heels close to the glute, not too close. And we're going to come up. We're going to squeeze that glute and come right back down, nice and in control. And the main point of this is you want to have a flat surface from the knees all the way to the neck. Palms flat on the floor. You're going to come up again, squeeze that glute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down, nice and in control. The slower the movement, the better. More stabilized and more control, which is what we need in all our workouts. Nothing fast. Everything nice and steady and in control. Come up again. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and slow, steady, and in control. Okay, now we get into this good morning stretch, and we're going to utilize that as a push-up. A lot of people can't do push-ups or planks, which is no big deal. We could always modify. We could always do a workout no matter what. I don't want to hear that you can't do it. We could always do it. So we're going to get down in this position and we're going to do a push-up. So hands nice and close to the chest. So you don't want them too close to the head or the neck or the shoulders. You want to bring them down. Come up. Good. You want to really feel your chest as you come up. You want to stretch, and you also want to put your head up because, again, we're utilizing the stretch as well with the workout. Come down, do some push-ups. Come down, squeeze up. Good. Down, squeeze up. And again, we're focusing on feeling our chest, but not only that, we're also stretching our back out at the same time. Also utilizing the stretch for our neck as well, which again, a lot of kids these days, everybody has that hunchback. So we're utilizing this for a couple of things. Not only for a push-up, we're strengthening the chest, strengthening the back, the neck muscles, clavicle muscles, lower back, glutes, everything all at once. So this is really good. Do it nice and in control. Nothing, again, nothing fast, nice and in control. Next. Okay, now we're gonna do something called the box squat. Okay, so nice and simply put, you're sitting down, you're standing up. Okay? So what you want to do is sit, and as always with body awareness, you want to take a look at your own legs. Carmine, take a look at your own legs. Stand up. You want to make sure your legs aren't caving in as you're sitting down or standing up. Think of it as you have some type of resistance on your knees and they're pushing your legs in. Okay, sit down. And what you want to do is push against my fingers as you're standing up. You don't want your knees coming in, so you want to push against my knees, not my fingers. Keep that exact same position at all times. Make sure you're about shoulder width apart. Press against my fingers. Good. Press against my fingers. Good. Keep that up. Good. You want to make sure your position is always nice and tall and straight. You don't want to be hunchbacked and sitting down or coming up. So sit down, you want to make sure you're nice and straight. When you come up, you want to use your glutes. Squeeze as you come up. Squeeze your glutes. Right. And you're squeezing from the heels to the hamstrings to the glutes, as always. Come up, squeeze up, and then as you're coming down, nice and straight. Nice and in control. Okay, so we're not plopping down. We're in control as we're sitting down, and then we're in control as we're standing up. We're powering up. Okay, now we're going to do a reverse plank. I'm aware that this is probably going to be a little tough, but it really helps out on that posterior chain as well as that upper body strength. So when you're ready, you're going to lift up with your lower back, not arc too hard. You're just going to lift up off the floor and try to hold that reverse plank position as long as you possibly can. Okay, if you can do it for 5 seconds, great. 5 seconds, come down. And then you wait about 10 to 20 seconds. And then you try it again. Bring that belly button in as always. Lift up, clench those glutes. Squeeze those scapular muscles together, the back part of your shoulders. Squeeze and hold as much as you can. And come right back down and continue. Do that for about 5 sets. Okay? And then give yourself about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of rest, and then hit it again for another 5 sets. Pulsing in there. Okay, now we're going to work on the global area, which is the whole hip area. So, hip flexors on the front, gluteus medius on the side, or your thigh, and then the glutes in the lower back as well. Okay, we're gonna come up, and then belly button in, nice and in control. We're gonna come up nice and slow. Come up, good. We do about 10 if you can. We're gonna come to the side. And this one you really want to focus right here on your hip joint area. Okay, really strengthening, which is really good for that agility and that juk, right? And then you're gonna come back, turn around. Do that again on that. Right. Forward, nice and in control. Squeeze. Come out to the side. Nice and in control. Okay, and then back. Really focusing on that lower back, but even more so the glute. Really want to feel it in the glute. All right, next we're doing a ball throw. This is to build up that power, that strength, that speed. Okay, so we're going to throw it with both hands. We're going to push as hard as we can. Have it come back to us. Legs spread apart a little bit. Bend that knee. Use your whole body. Push. Good. Try it again. As quick as you can. As hard and fast as you can. Squeeze. Good. Squeeze. Bring that belly button in. For stability. Look, getting better and better. Both hands in. Squeeze out. Good. Building up those chest muscles. Good. Exactly. What you're going to need in football when you're on the line and you got to push the center or the quarterback or somebody, you got to push him down or get him out of the way. That's what you need right there for power strength. Right there, you need that ball throw.